Hi students, welcome to class 12 chemistry. Today I am going to handle a tutorial class exclusively for problems. In the previous video itself I have completed my lecture part. I also solved a few problems there. You please see that too. Okay. Hope you might got the worksheets in your hand right now. So listen the session carefully. The first problem, calculate molality, mole fraction of potassium iodide if the density of 20% mass by mass aqueous potassium iodide is 1.202 gram per liter. Okay. First written the given data, here they have given the density, then the mass of potassium iodide they have given us 20%, which means 20 gram. Okay. Then the rest of the thing will be the solvent. That is, what is the solvent here? Aqueous they have given. So mass of water is 80%. 80% means 80 gram. Okay. Molecular mass of potassium iodide is 162. You can refer from the log book for the atomic number, for the atomic weight. First formula, molality is equal to moles divided by mass of solvent in kg. Remember this is kg. If molality means the unit is small m, little m. So what is the moles here? The weight divided by molecular mass, 20 divided by 166 I have written here. The mass of solvent should be written in kg, that is 80 grams should be converted to kg. How we can convert grams into kg? So multiplying by 10 to the power of minus 3, so we are getting 0.080 kg. We are getting answer 1.56 molality, or we can say mole per kg. Okay. Moving to the molarity. Molarity is moles divided by volume of solution in liter. Remember, if they didn't give the volume of the solution, instead they have given the density, means you have to find from this formula. There are some problems given in this model. So that is also I am given in your worksheet. Volume of solution is equal to mass divided by density. So what is this mass? Mass of solution equal to mass of solute plus mass of solvent. What is the mass of solute? We have already written 20 gram. What is the mass of solvent? It is 80 gram. So 20 plus 80, it is 100. Okay. So mass of solution is 100. Remember, you have to always add the mass of solute and mass of solvent for getting the mass of the whole solution. Density they have given in the problems, that is 1.202 gram. So I am applying this volume in the formula of molarity. Moles is equal to 20 by 166. Density, volume we have written 100 by 1.202. We are getting the answer 1.45 mole per liter. Okay. Or we can write capital M. So for molarity the unit is capital M. Then comes the mole fraction, mole divided by total number of moles. Okay. Moles of potassium iodide. What is the moles of potassium iodide? Weight of potassium iodide divided by molecular mass of potassium iodide. Molecular mass of potassium iodide is 166. What is the mass of water? 80. Molecular mass of water 18. So we get the moles of both the potassium iodide and water, and I am adding the moles of both potassium iodide and water in the denominator. Since it is the total number of moles, the mole of, here I have to write the moles of potassium iodide, that is 20 divided by 166, we get 0.12. So we are getting the answer 0.26. Remember, mole fraction doesn't have any unit. Okay, that's all the first problem. Going to the second one. Calculate molarity. Here also I am solving the molarity, but the thing is they have given the volume of the solution in 4.3 liter. If given in such quantity, what should we do? Just simply by substituting the value we get the answer. So molarity formula is equal to moles divided by volume of solution in liter. Here what is the moles? They have given the weight is 30 grams. So 30 gram is the weight. What is the molecular mass of this cobalt nitrate 6 water? So I have written the molecular mass here 291. So 30 divided by 291. This is going to be the moles of cobalt nitrate divided by 4.3 liter. By solving this thing we are getting 0.023 molarity. The next problem, calculate the amount of benzoic acid. So the amount of benzoic acid means they are asking you to find the weight. Okay, weight of benzoic acid. Formula for benzoic acid is C6H5COOH. Required for preparing 250 ml of 0.15 molar solution in methanol. This methanol is the solvent here. Okay, remember one thing, if they set the molar value means that is the number of moles present in 1000 ml of the solution. Present in 1000 ml of the solution. I have written here moles of benzoic acid present in 1000 ml of solution. Okay, in 1000 ml of solution they have given 0.15. So I have written the 0.15. They are asking to find out for 250 ml. I am writing like this, moles of benzoic acid present in 250 ml of solution. So that 0.15 molar is present in 1000 ml. That means for 250 ml I have multiplied this quantity by 250. I am getting this much of mole. Why I have find out the mole? Because the mole formula is related with the weight. Mole is equal to mass, that is weight divided by molecular mass. Molecular mass of benzoic acid is 122. Okay. So I have written the moles value, masses, that only we have to find it out. Molecular mass of benzoic acid 122. To find out the mass, just cross multiply this, we are getting the amount as 4.575 gram. Means this much of benzoic acid is required to prepare 250 ml of 0.15 molar solution. Okay. Moving to the next problem, this is based upon the Henry's last constant. H2S is a toxic gas and this gas is dissolved in water. The amount is given 0.195 molarity. Calculate Henry's law constant. They have asked you to find out the KH. What is the formula, guys? P is equal to KH X. This X is the mole fraction, P is the pressure, KH is the Henry's constant. They have given pressure value 0.987 bar. Mole of H2S they have given us 0.15. They didn't given the weight, they straight away give the moles of the H2S. So I have written here. So everything is given. I am going to substitute to find KH. This is the formula, pressure is equal to KH into mole fraction. KH is equal to, bringing this to this side. So pressure divided by mole fraction. The mole fraction I have find out here. Mole of H2S divided by mole of H2S plus mole of water. How I have find out the mole of water? 1000 divided by 18. It gives 55.55. Always remember, in 1000 ml or 1 kg of water we will be having 55.55 moles of water. On substituting these values, I am getting the answer as 282 bar. The next problem is vapor pressure of water is 12.3 kilopascal at 300 Kelvin. Calculate the vapor pressure of 1 molar solution of non-volatile solute added to it. Remember the relative lowering vapor pressure concept. They have given the vapor pressure of the pure water. After adding a non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure of the water is going to be get reduced, right? So the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. This will be the formula for solving this problem. They have given one hint, 1 molar solution is added. They didn't mention any weight. They given the concentration itself directly, that is 1 molar solution. 1 mole dissolved in 1000 gram of water. This is the meaning for 1 molar solution. 1 mole divided in 1 kg of water, that is the literal meaning. Vapor pressure of water is equal to P10, they have given the value. Molecular mass of water is equal to 18, we know, and the moles of water present in 1000 gram, okay, because it is 1 molar solution. So, 1000 gram of water, the number of moles present is supposed to be 1000 divided by 18, 55.55 moles, as we discussed earlier. P10 I am writing as 12.3, P1 it is to be the value to be found, then divided by P10 equal to mole fraction of solute, that is mole of solute divided by moles of solute plus moles of solvent, okay, that is the total number of moles of the component. So, what is the moles of solute here? 1 molar solution. So, I am going to write 1 in the numerator, mole of solute, that is also 1, moles of solvent we have find it out as 55.55. So, 1 divided by 1 plus 55.55 I have written here, okay. This side the relative lowering of vapor pressure is written. On solving these things I am getting the value 0.0177 and I am writing this term as it is, bringing this 12.3 into this side and I am finding an answer. The vapor pressure of solvent, sorry, vapor pressure of the solution is to be 12.08 kilopascal. The value get reduced, right? Initially the value was 12.3, the value now get reduced to 12.08 kilopascal. Moving to the next problem. Listen carefully, they have given two components, vapor pressure of chloroform. The formula for chloroform is CHCl3 and dichloromethane, that is CH2Cl2. Assume this chloroform as component 1 and dichloromethane as component 2 at a particular temperature. They have given the vapor pressure 200 mm Hg and 415 mm Hg. Okay, so this 200 is meant for chloroform and 415 is meant for dichloromethane. They have asked to find out two things. The first one I am reading, calculate the vapor pressure of solution prepared by mixing 25.5 gram of chloroform and 40 gram of CH2Cl2, that is dichloromethane at 298 Kelvin. First let us solve the first thing alone. Okay, this is the weight, that is weight of CHCl3, weight of chloroform. Written here as it is, weight of chloroform is 25.5 gram, weight of dichloromethane is 40 gram I have written. I am going to find the molecular mass of CHCl3 and I am getting as 119.5 gram per mole. Molecular mass of dichloromethane 85 gram per mole. By having these quantities we can find the moles. Okay. Now they have asked to find out the vapor pressure of the solution. What is the vapor pressure of the solution? This is the formula for the first thing, vapor pressure of solution. They have given P of total equal to P1 naught x1 naught plus P2 naught x2 naught. What are they? P1 naught is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, P2 naught is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent CH2Cl2. P1 is meant for chloroform and P2 is meant for dichloromethane. Remember, this is the formula. From this formula I am deriving pressure of total is equal to P1 naught plus, we can replace this x2 by 1 minus x1, right. So, by this I am getting a thing like this, P1 plus P2 naught minus P1 naught into x2. Okay. So, these things we have to find it out, and this derivation is discussed in the previous videos itself. Now, I am going to find the mole fraction. For finding this mole fraction, I am in need to find the moles, right. The moles of CHCl3. What is the moles of CHCl3? Weight of chloroform divided by molecular mass of chloroform. Weight is 25.5 and molecular mass is 119.5. So, I am getting the mole as 0.213. From this mole, I am going to derive the mole fraction. let it be solved later. Now finding the moles of the dichloromethane. What is the weight of the dichloromethane? 40 gram. What is the molecular mass of dichloromethane? 85. 40 divided by 85, we are getting 0.47. On adding these two moles, we are getting the total number of moles, that is 0.683. 0.683, how we have gained? 0.213 plus 0.47, and adding the moles of both the chloroform and the dichloromethane, we get the total number of moles. Now we are going to find the mole fraction. What is the mole fraction of chloroform? Mole of chloroform. What is the mole of chloroform? 0.213 divided by total number of moles. Total number of moles we have find it out as 0.683. We are getting this value. Similarly, we can get the value for dichloromethane also. Moles of CH2Cl2 divided by total moles, that is 0.683. Okay. So we are getting 0.688. Another method is also there. If you find out mole fraction of one thing, means we can subtract from the particular value. Suppose I have find out the value for chloroform, means I can subtract it from 1. 1 minus 0.312 equal to 0.68. In this manner also we can find out the mole fraction of the next one. Here I have written solve this in the direct method itself. Now coming to the formula, pressure of total is equal to the same formula I have written here. P of total is equal to P1 naught plus P2 naught minus P1 naught into X2. Here the P1 stands for the vapor pressure of chloroform, that is 200 mmHg, and P2 naught stands for the vapor pressure of dichloromethane, that is 450. So I have supplied these values. X2. So what is this X2? That is the mole fraction of the this one. CH2Cl2 is taken as the component 2, right? So I am writing 0.688. On supplying these values, I am getting the total pressure as 347.9 mmHg. So this is the first question they have asked. You are asked to find out the vapor pressure of the solution. We have find it out. Now moving to the second question. Mole fraction of each component in vapor phase. They asked to find the mole fraction in the vapor phase, not as a normal thing. For finding the mole fraction in the vapor phase, there is a formula coming here. Mole fraction of component in vapor phase, that is Y. It is represented as Y. X means the normal mole fraction for all the components, but Y represent the mole fraction of component in particular vapor phase alone. So Y is equal to P1, any particular component, divided by the total pressure of the solution. So this is the main formula. Pressure is equal to mole fraction into vapor pressure of pure solvent. This will give the partial pressure of the particular component. Partial vapor pressure of particular component is find out by multiplying the mole fraction with that of the vapor pressure of pure component. So vapor pressure of pure component into mole fraction will give you the vapor pressure. That is the meaning here. Okay, pressure of, that is vapor pressure of dichloromethane is equal to, what is the mole fraction of dichloromethane? 0.688 into vapor pressure of pure dichloromethane. In the problem itself they have given this value 450 mmHg. So on multiplying this thing, I am getting 285.5 mmHg. Next is I am going to find out for chloroform. What is the mole fraction of chloroform? 0.312. Supplying this 0.312 and getting the vapor pressure of pure chloroform, they have given in the formula, that is 200. Multiplying these two things, I am getting the vapor pressure of chloroform. Now I am going to substitute in this formula, that is y is equal to P1 divided by P total. What is the P1? There we have find it out just now. This one y is going to be find it out. Total pressure, this is the first one, 347.9 mmHg is the total vapor pressure of the solution. So 285.5, this is the pressure of dichloromethane divided by the total vapor pressure 347.99 mmHg. I am getting this value. Similarly, I am substituting for chloroform, I am getting 0.18. Okay. So, that is all about this problem. On the basis of this problem, there are 2 to 3 problems given in your worksheet. Remember, the worksheet contains problems similar to the things I have taught in the part 3, part 4 of this unit solution, and also have this guidelines. Go through the formulas given in the worksheet, be thorough with the contents of the book, then you try to solve the entire worksheet. Okay. Still, if you have any problem or doubt in this, you can ping me in the mail ID given in the worksheet. I will reply you positively. So, one more interesting information in this problem, vapor pressure of the chloroform is 200 mm and the vapor pressure of dichloromethane is 415 mmHg. While when comparing these two values, we will be able to conclude that this dichloromethane, whose value is the larger one, is to be the more volatile compound present in the solution. Suppose in MCQs they may ask you to find out which one is volatile and which one is less volatile. Just to compare the value. This unit alone contains 4 to 5 marks, that too exclusively as numerical problems they have given. So, please be careful with it. Okay, thank you.